Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What it is and what's good, y'all. It's your boy Lowe's Def here from the 280 Plus podcast. And it's been a little bit since I've been able to be by myself and just kind of talk to y'all about, the world of entertainment and things like that. So we all know anytime that June rolls around that it's around the time for the BET Awards. So the BET Awards actually happened last weekend. And I just got a couple questions, man. We're gonna run down some of the winners, some of the nominees, and then just answer some questions in terms of the BET Awards. One question being, will the BET Awards ever get the respect and prestige and recognition that some other award shows get? Primarily like the Grammys, maybe even Billboard Awards, and other award shows like that. Like, will we ever respect it the same way as we do some of those other platforms? And when I think about the BET Awards, the BET Awards does do a lot of good things. You know what I mean? So obviously, it's Black entertainment. It's the biggest night in Black music and things like that. And one thing that they get right all the time is you're going to get good performances, like almost every time, anytime and memorable performances. You're gonna get good tributes and things like that. Like a lot of times they do some type of tribute, and you're gonna see artists get recognized, like older artists get recognized that maybe have not had the shine or the light that they might deserve. So that's a good thing. And obviously then we get it's our categories. It's primarily focused on our artists. So then there's more categories for us, more opportunities to give artist recognition that wouldn't get recognition, and things like that. But um I don't know if the Grammys itself is not the enemy. Like that award show is not necessarily the enemy. And I think, overall, the Grammys is still like the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's the NBA finals. It's, when it comes to like those award shows. And I don't know, everybody, anytime that we see the Grammys and the artists that we want to win don't win, we always had this conversation of like, well, why are we seeking validation? Why are we seeking this mainstream validation? Like those shows ain't for us. Like we should big up the BET Awards, and that is true. Like that is some things that maybe we shouldn't get so up in arms. And a BET Award should weigh the same as a Grammy, but still, what I mean, the Grammys is all of music, right? It's still the biggest night of all music, and it still feels like, at times, you got the NBA versus the G League. You know what I mean? It's major leagues versus minor leagues sometimes. And, we do get the a lot of times, the big artists still win in the BET Awards. But sometimes I ain't gonna lie, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but sometimes the BET Awards feels like a participation trophy, you know what I mean? And we're gonna talk about the show in general, and then just kind of like run down some of the lists of winners. We probably won't be able to run through every nominee and things like that, but we'll run down some and just kind of react to like, some of these big surprises. Because I definitely have some opinions on some of the award winners where it's like, I think all award shows at the end of the day, they still sometimes they drop the ball a little bit. And so if you go onto BET's website and you look up the winners and things like that, the very first award that comes up is the Viewers Choice Award. And I don't exactly know what that necessarily is. I think that's strictly the fan vote though. And the Beyonce won it for Break My Soul. So, yeah, that was like, when you think about that, that was a big track. It was kind of iconic. I remember when Renaissance came out last year, and people had their opinions about it, but it definitely grew on a lot of people. And it's still a feel good song, like something like Break My Soul. That's still a feel good song. And she was going against Beyonce, went against Burna Boy, Last. And I guess these are just single songs. Jimmy Cooks, Drake and 21 Savage, Wait for You, with Future and Drake. Lizzo was nominated. You had Super Freaky Girl, Nicki Minaj. You had Kill Bill, SZA, and then you had Jack Harlow. for first class. So I think that's more so maybe like a video award, so to speak, or just like a single track award. Maybe it's like track of the year, like record of the year, so to speak. And then we go down, and then we get best female R&B and pop artist, and then we got SZA. SZA, she beat out. So it's weird. So you have Beyonce obviously winning, the Viewers Choice Award. And she's an R&B artist, she's a pop artist, but they had SZA winning the award. And I think, she dropped a big album this past year, in 20 late 2022. And I wouldn't say I would say that SZA deserves that award, but she beat out Beyonce, Coco Jones, her, Lizzo, and then she beat out Tim's to win that. SZA's album, I think it's solid. I think she's making headlines. I think people love seeing SZA when she's out. I think people just want a little bit more consistency. I think they rather, if you talk about from 2022, that album came out, her album before that came out 5 years before that. So like I think she had people waiting for a little bit too long, but when you come out on the scene and you make noise, I mean, a lot of times those people deserve awards. So then we get the best male R&B and pop artist, right? So this is where for me, it's like, it feels like participation trophy type things, because it had Usher and Chris Brown win. So like no other award show do you see a tie in any type of award. So it's like, it's good to give people recognition, but it's like, what are we doing here? Like, why are two, let's pick a winner, you know what I mean? Let's like have some type of tiebreaker or something like that. But like both of these guys can't win the award. Like how are both of these guys the best male R&B or pop artists, right? Usher did drop a big track, Glue. I mean, and did that drop? I think that dropped in early 2023, maybe late 2022, but definitely that was like the track that, like, people are kind of like, talking about and things like that. But Chris Brown, arguably had the best R&B album last year when he should have won a Grammy for Breezy. But just I don't know if this was like a way to give Chris Brown an award. You know what I mean? Or if this is a way to give Usher an award. Was this a way to like demystify some of those rumors that they fought and things like that? Like, just certain things like that. But like that rubs me the wrong way. Like where I see two artists win and they didn't have a track together. Like they didn't drop no joint album or nothing. So like, why are both of these guys winning? And then those guys beat out Blast, Brent Fires, Burna Boy, Drake, and The Weeknd. Now, if you ask me, I would pick somebody like Blast, but I obviously, like, he still doesn't have the name or recognition that Usher or Chris Brown has, or even somebody like The Weeknd or Drake. Like those are other nominees that he got against. So I think too, another thing with the BET Awards, it feels like they have a million and not they have a million nominations. Like it seems like they nominate too many people. So if you think about this is like 7 people that are nominated for that one single award. um so that was that one. Best group, Drake and 21 Savage. They're, I know they dropped a joint album, but is that really a group? Would you consider that a group? They beat Quavo and Takeoff. They beat Division. They beat Flow. I like Flow. Flow is a nice R&B little group, and I've heard a couple of their tracks, and I like what they're doing. Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin, so gospel, and then they beat City Girls. I don't even, what track did the City Girls come out with that they were even nominated? Like that's another thing. It's like, why was the City Girls nominated? I don't know. I don't know. But maybe Quavo and Takeoff, they dropped that, Infinity Links, and they are more of a group than, I don't know, seeing Drake and 21 win it, but whatever. Best collaboration, I think there's no question. Wait for You was the best collaboration. They won a Grammy for that song. Future featuring Drake and Tim's. They beat out some pretty decent tracks. But Yeah, no, I would say I don't even need to go through those nominations there. I think that's a clear cut winner right there. And then we get into best female hip hop artist. So like, shout out to Lotto man for winning the best female artist, best female hip hop artist award. And that's not even a category in the Grammy. So I would say like in some ways, yo, that's what's up. Like, Lotto getting some recognition, and even giving the other women in that category. So we know that female hip hop is on the rise and it's still, and we have like there's a lot of artists now, like, and there's still artists that are still developing and kind of coming into the fold. But in terms of nominees, you had she beat out Cardi, she beat out Coi Leray, which Coi Leray is right now, she's on fire right now. Ice Spice on fire right now. Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion, and then Nicki Minaj. Again, like some of these artists, like Meg Thee Stallion, like what did she really come out with that she's even nominated? I don't know. So again, like I feel like sometimes they just handing out nominations, but again, that's 7 people that were nominated for that single award. But yeah, no, shout out to her, man. I think Lotto did make some noise. I don't know if the sales were there, because I remember that was like, she was beefing with Nicki Minaj earlier about that. I mean, within the past year, her and Nicki Minaj was going back and forth about record sales and things like that. But it seems like she's always working. I mean, Lotto seems like she's always, doing performances. And a lot of people like her performances. I think they look at her as a true performer. I think she is a good artist. I think she can rap. And obviously she's nice to look at and things like that. So definitely making a name for herself. Um, best male hip hop artist, no doubt Kendrick. I think that's an easy one. And he won the Grammys. And whenever Kendrick drops, man, he's gonna be the front runner, man. He's gonna be the artist that you have to beat. So no question about that. I don't even need to run through those. Video of the year. I don't even watch videos, but Kill Bill won that. SZA's Kill Bill. I never seen the video, so I can't even chime in on that. I'm gonna skip video director of the year. Here's an award that it kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. So best new artist, best new artist. Now, it's no shade to Coco Jones. Coco Jones won that award, but how, a lot of people felt like, well, how did she win over maybe like a Glorilla, right? So Glorilla was definitely a brand new artist. Even Ice Spice, brand new artist. Do those girls have enough? Do those women have enough, in the tank, the catalog, so to speak? Did they drop enough to make a lot of noise? I don't know, but Coco Jones, she did have a great song. Yeah, I mean, ICU. She did drop an album. However, Coco Jones, no shade to Coco, but she's not a new artist. Coco Jones is not a new artist. Coco Jones has been making music since she was on Disney Channel. And I think that dates back almost 10 years ago. Like she has a discography of like 4 EPs. So like to call her a new artist, I think that kind of undercuts some of these other artists that probably should be getting recognition. Like all those other artists that are nominated, that were nominated, are much newer than she is. I mean, you had Ombre. I'm not familiar with Ombre, but Dochi, Flow, that group Flow, Glorilla, Ice Spice, and then Lola Brooke. So like, I mean, those other 6 nominees, right? Those feel like newer artists. Like even though Coco Jones, she kind of had a breakthrough with the song ICU. She signed to Def Jam. She signed to Def Jam in 2022, and that's that it's kind of like she's like a breakout artist, so to speak, but like new artists, I don't know, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. Especially with I think those female rappers probably made more of an impact than she did in the past year. Album of the year. Again, this is where, again, BET Awards, they gave 2 people the award. They said Renaissance and SOS won, Beyonce and SZA won. Like both of those, they can't both win. They cannot both win album of the year. Like it's not albums of the year, it's album of the year. So like I think we guys got to have some conviction, man. Like with some of these awards and the nominees and things like that. Like we can't just give everybody, like that's where it feels like the participation trophy thing. Like why are both of those albums winning album of the year? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem right. Breezy, that was nominated, rightful nomination. Kendrick Lamar was nominated, Her Loss was nominated. But again, like what are we doing here? Like why are we doing that? Um what else? What else? Best gospel. All right, so Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin. Yes, yeah, I mean they had a earlier nomination, and then the BET Awards does stuff with like movies and actors and athletes and things like that. So that's the cool thing about the BET Awards, where it's not just music; it's all Black entertainment. And then we had Black Panther Wakanda Forever won that. I would probably give it to Creed 3 though. Creed 3 was that movie. Like I like Creed 3. The Whitney Houston joint was good too. The I just want to dance. It, yeah, so I don't know. I think, but yeah, Wakanda Forever, people were upset that, certain people didn't win awards at like the Oscars and things like that. Specifically Angela Bassett, but she did win Best Actress. Damson Idris won Best Actor, obviously for his role in Snowfall. And I ain't gonna hold you though, but Amin Joseph, the guy that plays Uncle Jerome, I would say that Uncle Jerome gives a better performance than Damson. But that finale, that finale definitely showed some range for Damson. I mean, when you got Franklin looking like a fiend and all, looking like an alky fiend. He, it was like, wow, this dude is really acting here. But he went against Big Meat, Lil Meech. He went against Donald Glover, Brian Tyree Henry, Daniel Kaluuya, and then Michael B. Jordan. Michael B could have won that too. Michael B could have won that. I'm not mad at it though. I'm not mad at it though, but definitely Michael B could have won. They have a Young Stars Award. I don't. I guess it's just actors. But Marsai Martin won. She's from Blackish. The young daughter. What was her name on Blackish? Diane, Lil Diane. You got the Sportswoman of the Year. You got Angel Reese. Shout out to her. I'm with that. I co-sign that. Sportsman of the Year. You got Jalen Hurts. I ain't gonna hold you, man. There's some brothers on here. There's some nominees on here that I'm like, yo, I'm a passive Yankees fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I root for the Yankees. Like I've been rooting for the Yankees. And I know Aaron Judge is the man, but I don't watch baseball at all. Like I don't watch baseball. And I didn't even know that Aaron Judge was a brother. I mean, like that kind of gives me a little bit more respect for him now, but I didn't even know he was a brother. And then best BET Her Award. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means, but Break My Soul won for that. And then International Act, you got Burna Boy winning that. They had a Viewer's Choice Award for International Act. And yeah, then that wrapped it up. And the International Act was La Bianca. She's from Cameroon. I think, I didn't know Flo was from the UK. I didn't know Flo was from the UK. So, okay, that's a UK group. I could see Central C was nominated for that, I think, too. I thought he was. For the. Oh no, he was nominated for Best International Act. Central C, yeah, like rapper, UK rapper, like I could see him taking some awards in the future, so to speak. But I don't know. I think the BET Awards overall, like it's definitely a platform where our artists get to kind of let their hair down a little bit. And we sometimes you get some wild speeches. Lotto had a wild speech, and I think she was having fun with it. But like, I think sometimes like moments like that, she looked like she was under the influence a little bit. Looked like she was having some fun. I think she meant well. I think it was real lighthearted, but it can maybe look away where it's just like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like it don't have the same maybe it don't have the same prestige, whatever. But like, it's a time and place. I think it's a time for celebration. So are you allowed to, have some drinks and go up and accept the award, with one heel on, one heel off? I don't know. Is that acceptable? At the BET Awards, I guess it is, but does that diminish, what I mean, the moment, so to speak? I don't know. And then there was like, oh man, Miss Patti LaBelle, man, the great Patti LaBelle. They said that she just did not have a good time performing her Tina Turner tribute. Like they said the teleprompter was messed up, she was messing up the lyrics. And again, so not no award show is gonna be perfect, but it's just those moments that kind of stand out that make people feel like, oh, okay. There was a hip hop tribute that people felt like there were certain groups and certain people that did not get recognized in that tribute. So it is what it is. But what do y'all think, man? How did you see the BET Awards last weekend? Did it live up to the hype as it normally does? Do you feel like it is on the same level as the Grammys? Is this, are we in a place where like the BET Awards will overtake the Grammys in terms of how we recognize it? Do you think that, how do you feel about my opinion? Do you feel like, were there any surprises to you? Do you feel like there were some people that should have won that didn't win? Um, do you agree with me? Do you feel like there's too many nominees? Do you feel comfortable with two people winning the same award? Like, so to speak, as a tie. Like, does it feel like a participation trophy to you when they do that? I think for me it does, man. You got, like I said, album of the year. That's a big award. That would be a big award. Two people can't win album of the year. I mean, best male R&B artist. Two males cannot win that award at the same time. You gotta pick and choose. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, definitely you're gonna have a solo episode coming from me this coming week. I'm excited for that. We got some stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff in the headlines, and we don't have time to kind of get in that today. I just kind of wanted to focus on the BET Awards and just kind of get y'all reaction and what y'all think, man. But yeah, for me, the one thing I like about the BET Awards and that other platforms have stolen is that like you can rewatch the BET Awards. They was the first ones to ever do that. Whenever the BET Awards will come on, you could see the BET Awards in syndication on reruns on BET for months later. Now that they stream stuff like Paramount Plus with like, because the Grammys always comes on CBS. So like with some of these streaming platforms, now you can rewatch these award shows. But back in the day, you couldn't do that. Like, it was like if you didn't see it, you missed it, so to speak. But like, so BET does have some influence. I think if Tyler Perry, if I don't know if for sure, is that official? Did he officially acquire BET yet? But I think, when you do have certain entities or certain people in the production leadership, I think we are going to start seeing maybe a better quality award show at times. And I just think that there just needs to be a little bit more transparency in the process. I think we should see the nominees well beforehand. And I think there should be music platforms that make a big deal about the release of the nominees. Because I don't even know if sometimes when the BT Awards come out, I think a lot of us are learning about the nominees as we're watching the show. It's not something that is like we knew for sure. So I don't know. It's interesting to see, but I want to know what y'all think about that. And yeah, man. Yeah, like I just want to know. I want to see the future of it, and I want to see it grow. I even want to see some of our other platforms grow. Like the Soul Train Awards used to be a big thing. Another big thing before the BET Awards, it used to be the Source Awards. That used to be a big deal. You know what I mean? Like that was definitely like our event. And but can the BET Awards, obviously it's been around for a long time now. It's been around for over 20 years. But can it elevate? Can it elevate, and can we I guess not seek that mainstream validation? But leave a comment, man. Leave a comment in the section. Let me know what you think about just a quick recap. Again, what did you think about the show? And yeah, this is another little tidbit, little clip, little segment from the 280 Plus podcast, man. Catch me every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Sometimes we got to drop on Thursdays, and it's cool, just because we get busy, but we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and exclusively the video you're going to see on YouTube. You can always follow me on Instagram at 280plus_pod. And then you can find me on other social media platforms with that same handle. So check me out. And a lot of times we got a lot of good stuff. I want to just give y'all some entertainment. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace out.